Okay, what's up, guys? We are looking at the next installment of the Seacons. This is Generation Select's Lobclaw, or as we know him here in the States, Nautilator. So here he is. We've got him in his little robotic teal lobster form, and he's pretty cool. I like the way they did it. It was really neat. Got this little tail fin accessory, and you know, probably not the smoothest looking lobster, but he still looks pretty cool. So there you go. The mouth does open. That's a nice little bonus. You get a nice little opening mouth there, and you got the painted like tongue, and we got the head sculpt up here. There you go. And there he is in his little lobster form with the pinchers and blah blah blah. An extensive retool of the blot mold, but pretty nice. And I can't help but mention, yes, there are plenty of rock lobster references that you could make. Okay, now that we've got that out of the way, let's move on. So, we got, of course, his little hand accessory. He comes with this gun. He comes with this part. This is the axe. This is part of his, that will be part of the combiner sword. So, there are these accessories. And there is this little tail fin accessory that you take and you flip around, and it becomes another little handheld blaster, which I will show off more of when we get into robot mode. So speaking of transformations, let's go ahead and get into it. Let's go through the other modes first. I guess we'll go from, obviously, beast mode into leg mode, then arm, and then robot mode. So here we go. We're going to take this. These kind of fold around. They can be a little weird to get where you want. That peg will go into this slot here. So you'll do that right there. And again on the other side. And it folds around like this, and it folds around this way and all which ways and whatnot to get you what you're looking for. And it's a little weird when you're transitioning into modes, but you know, you'll figure it out eventually. So let's take these back this way. Let's bring this part. Okay, that's not wanting to go. What's wrong with you? Come here. I know you do this. There it goes. Oh, goodness. Okay, now I want to point out when we're right here that all these hinge pieces and whatnot, they can be a little hard to get in the places that you want, because you're going to need to fold him up like this, but you're also going to need to have room for the head to move freely. So moving all of this junk here, getting it where you need it to be, it can be a little daunting. So that's just something to be aware of. But try to get it hinged down. 2 slots right there that peg on, like, you know, the backpacks usually do. Kind of get it, like I said, just where there's enough room. If you can see the head in there, I'll try to get my fingers out of the way so you can see the head. Just having just enough clearance to move around. And see, there it is, it's catching. And there it goes. Okay. So you got it. You really got to watch all this kibble here. So you get that, put him like this. The slots on the arms will fold in like that over here. And then we're going to fold the elbows behind. And there's a tab there that pegs into this slot, right there in the end of the fin, like that. And, okay, get that around, and then fold the elbow over like this. And I'll try this a little. You see that slot right there goes into a tab right up here. Okay. Okay, then what we're going to do is we're going to take this piece. We're going to take his gun here, and we're going to get this all assembled and peg that into there. And there is the gun mode. And you can either peg it into the hand or, you know, into the combiner hand or whatever. And leg mode is an easy transition. All you do is take that off. Boom, leg mode. And you fold the combiner peg up like this. So there you go. There's also, you can have it like this, but I don't think that's going to get you enough clearance with the other leg. So when he's in leg mode, you might want to have those folded behind so you have enough room. So let's go ahead and transition him into arm mode since we're about here. And all that is just folding out the feet, or folding out the legs rather, pegging that up, spinning the waist, and there you go. And you can either have it like this, or I prefer to have it like that because I just think that looks better. And of course, you take the hand, peg that on there, there's your arm mode. So there you go. All right, and finally, let's get him into his robot mode and take a look at that. And, oh, yeah, I did it. When I caught the head a minute ago on this kibble, it knocked him off the ball joint. That's what I was talking about right there. When it was catching, it'll catch his head and knock the head off the ball joint. If that happens, all you want to do is just gently nudge it forward, and then his head will be back on the ball joint. Okay? So, just something to keep in mind. I'm glad that happened so I could show you. So, let's finish transforming him. Separate the legs. Bring out the arms around like so. And fold out his fists. And there we go. There is Nautilator in his robot mode. Okay? Pretty cool. And again, he comes with this little axe. And he comes with the two guns, this little fin gun thing, like that. And you can also, I think for the leg mode, that needs to plug into this little backpack over here. So there you go. That'll plug in like that. For the leg mode, that'll be in front of the thighs. And again, you got to line all this stuff up properly so that it, it gets that head out of the way and you don't have that ball joint problem. But when he's in leg mode, just peg that onto the back and he'll, look a little bit more fish-like, and you'll be able to hold the accessories and blah, blah, blah. So, okay. So there's all his stuff. Articulation-wise, you got the ball joint on the elbow, you've got the ball joint there, you've also got the hinge on the shoulder, so he gets a little bit more movement there. Ball joint on the head that we've already talked about, you know what you need to know on it. Waist swivel, ball joint hips, thigh swivel, 90-degree knee. Pretty standard for your, combiner characters. And he does have the little thing. All of them do that. They have the little, Prime Master armor thing you can do that with if you so choose, but of course it's not a popular thing, so not a lot of people do that. But moving on. All right, size comparison time wise, or size comparison wise time, you know what I mean. We've got your standard deluxe figures, about 6 inches. That's Generation 2 Jazz, or Generations G2 Jazz, whatever. So there you go. Let's compare him to the new Siege line, and fairly large scale compared to the Siege line. So there you go. All right, that has been a look at Generations Select's Nautilator. Like I said, a very extensive retool of the block mold, and the little legs down here, you can also fold them all the way around back if you so choose. Clean up that thigh a little bit. I like to have them like this, give them a little bit more chunk on the legs, but that's just me. You do what you want. But all right, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.